half an hour on BBC One, children's presenter Chris Jarvis and that hipster of the comedy circuit Bob Down join Mike Smith for That Show Business.
And now on BBC One, a special VJ edition of South Today, with Sally Taylor in Portsmouth and Dominic Holyker.
Welcome to Portsmouth on the 50th anniversary of VJ Day, the official end of the war. Thousands of veterans have been gathering throughout the day to remember comrades lost in battle in the Far East. 250,000 balloons, one for each life lost in the Second World War, were released above South Sea Common. We'll be hearing from the men and women who suffered so much at the hands of the Japanese.
And this evening's other main story, an NHS trust is fined as a severely handicapped woman dies in its care.
Good evening and welcome to the Connaught Drill Hall in Portsmouth, where below me 2,500 veterans have come together for this V-Day anniversary. Tonight, a formal reception and concert. Tomorrow, the drumhead service and the veterans march past on South Sea Common. But above all, it's the chance to meet old wartime friends and share the experience of 50 years ago. Of course, it's not all happening just here in Portsmouth, but elsewhere across the South.
Are you there? Quick! Birds!
The Brigade of Gurkhas Band led the parade through Crawley Town Centre, where hundreds of people turned out to cheer the veterans who'd survived the campaign in the Far East and some of the most brutal conditions of the Second World War. Because of the way Allied prisoners were treated, this morning's apology from the Japanese Prime Minister was not enough.
Until we get Japan's apology as a whole, not one politician. When we get that, then we can think about saying enough's enough.
Well, I'm prepared to forgive, but I don't think one will ever forget. Now, I do appreciate, marching through the streets today, the people that were there and applauded. And I think this is the last big occasion, probably, that we shall have a ceremony like this, because even another 50 years' time, the 100th anniversary, of course, we won't be here.
Kay Brown, a nurse, was captured and frequently beaten for smiling. She still carries the scars, but doesn't feel hatred.
I don't forgive, and I don't forget, but I don't hate. That is, if you hate, I think I'd be the one that would suffer. They wouldn't know I hated them, and I would be the one that would suffer for it.
Wreaths were laid by dignitaries during the service of Thanksgiving, and 2 minutes of silence highlighted the fact that today is about remembering those who made the ultimate sacrifice. More than 250,000 British people died in the conflict. The scale of the tragedy of the war was clear to see in Portsmouth, where 250,000 balloons were released, one for each British life lost. At the end of
One man has coordinated all those events here in Portsmouth for the VJ programme, and it's Colonel Bill Stevens. Colonel, has it been difficult? Because there have been so many events that you've had to organise, just not for today, but for tonight and tomorrow as well.
Not really, Sally. We've been very lucky. The veterans themselves gathered together after D-Day last year. Their presidents, their chairman, their secretaries told us what they wanted, and we went ahead and planned it.
And tomorrow what happens?
Tomorrow really is the big day. We've tried to put it all together for that. They'll assemble very early out on the front. They'll be going to the Veterans Centre, reporting in, meeting up with their friends, joining up with their old comrades. Eventually they'll fall in on Castle Field under the Royal Naval Ceremonial Officer, Commander Chris Jordan and his excellent team. They will then march them with the three bands, the band of the Light Division, the band of the Army Air Corps, and the Western Band of the Royal Air Force.
benefit, still had to fight that war.
Now, you were responsible for releasing the prisoners of war and putting them onto hospital ships. What state were they in? Were you shocked by those?
I was horrified that human beings, such as the so-called Japanese call themselves, could allow people to end up like that.
And you have a
One
memento.
of the chaps was so gratified to be released that he gave me a 1941 handkerchief which he kept all the time he had been a prisoner.
Dennis, thank you very much for joining us. Enjoy the rest of the evening, won't
Thank
you?
you.
Colonel Bill Stevens, Dennis Carter, thanks for being here. Well, of course, there are some who've been dreading this week because of the horrific memories the commemoration will trigger. Along with the Allied forces, many of those imprisoned were civilians who were caught up in the fighting. Two former internees, a soldier and a civilian, spoke to Alex Dunlop about the appalling deprivation they suffered as prisoners of war.
February 1942, Singapore falls to the enemy. For the British, the humiliation was devastating. 90,000 men were taken prisoner. Captain Stanley Pavillard, a British military doctor who now lives in East Sussex, worked at a military hospital in Singapore where Japanese troops massacred every patient.
Some Indian troops retreated through the hospital grounds, and the Japanese, which I learned later from the Sergeant Major, were foaming at the mouth, bayoneted everybody on sight.
Half Spanish, Dr. Pavillard and hundreds of his British comrades were herded into a camp at Whampoa in Thailand. At the same time, 1,600 miles away, Hong Kong too fell into enemy hands. Thousands of Allied civilians were interned by the Japanese. Vivian Locke from Boscombe in Dorset was an auxiliary nurse. She was one of 3,000 who were imprisoned for 3 years at Camp Stanley off the Hong Kong coast. For news, they listened to secret radios until they were discovered by the guards. The execution of the men who operated them was the most brutal episode of Vivian's captivity.
I saw this black mirage going down, going along, and some of our British people called out goodbye, and I thought, well, what are they saying goodbye for? They're being taken out of camp. And they were taken to the jetty, and I didn't see it myself, but some of the people did see it, and they were just made to lean over and just, and then the heads would lop off.
That savagery was echoed in the POW camp in Thailand. The Bamboo Doctor, as Pavillard became affectionately known, was the butt of Japanese black humour, when this sergeant, known as Dr. Death, planned a mock execution for some British officers.
They would say, you, which way you want to die? And the fellow said, oh, I like to be hanged. You, which way you want to die? Yeah, I like to be beheaded. You, which way you want to die? Well, there was some more here. It was my turn next, and I knew whatever I was going to say, I was going to get a bashing. So he said, you bearded bamboo doctor, which way you want to die? I said, making love to a beautiful woman. Look around. He put his sword out and put it back. Good way to die. Ha 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 ha. Good way to die. And let us go.
Yet, even in the camps, both military and civilian, some guards showed a flicker of humanity.
Watanabe was a marvellous man.